As we move deeper into the 21st century, citizens expect more efficient, transparent, and accessible public services. However, for many countries, the path toward digital governance is far from straightforward. The challenges are complex, ranging from insufficient infrastructure to low digital literacy, and the clock is ticking. With 2030 and the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) on the horizon, governments have a pressing need to act. The 2024 UN e-Government Survey outlines a clear direction for the future of digital governance. On one side, we see nations like Denmark, Finland, and Singapore leading the charge. These countries are not just embracing digital technologies, they're transforming how public services are delivered, making them more accessible and efficient for their citizens. Take Denmark, for example. Denmark ranks at the top of the e-Government Development Index due to its focus on digital welfare services. The Danish government has made it incredibly easy for citizens to interact with essential services, whether they're filing taxes, accessing healthcare, or managing other administrative tasks. The seamless digital infrastructure in Denmark doesn't just improve convenience for citizens, it reduces administrative costs and improves the overall quality of service. Denmark's success lies in its ability to invest consistently in digital solutions that work. Moreover, its focus on data-driven governance, where agencies share data to streamline public services, has made Denmark a model for how to combine efficiency with citizen trust. Finland's story is similarly compelling. It stands out for its commitment to open data, which fosters transparency, innovation, and civic engagement. By making government data available to the public, Finland empowers researchers, businesses, and citizens to develop data-driven solutions to societal challenges. The country's Suomi.fi digital portal simplifies bureaucratic processes, allowing citizens to access multiple services from one central hub. Finland's approach shows how digital governance can make government services both more efficient and more transparent, which in turn builds trust between citizens and their government. Singapore, on the other hand, is moving full steam ahead with its Smart Nation initiative. The city-state has invested heavily in AI-driven public services, high-speed internet, and digital payment systems. Citizens use a single digital ID, SingPass, to access over 1,000 government and private sector services, from healthcare to housing, making it easier for them to get what they need when they need it. What's remarkable about Singapore's progress is its focus on creating a truly connected society, where smart technology powers daily life, from traffic systems to public health. These countries are examples of what's possible when there is political will, investment in technology, and a focus on innovation. However, while these frontrunners are advancing rapidly, many other countries are struggling to keep up. The digital divide, which has always been a concern, is now widening, particularly in developing regions. In sub-Saharan Africa, the average EGDI score remains far below the global average, with countries like Chad, Niger, and Burundi trailing significantly. Chad, for instance, faces a daunting challenge, with only 12% of its population having access to the internet. The lack of basic infrastructure like electricity in rural areas makes digital development seem almost out of reach. In Niger, the situation is similar. With just under 16% of its population connected to the internet, the country struggles to make meaningful strides toward e-government. Digital illiteracy, particularly among women and rural populations, further compounds these challenges. Burundi, another country facing significant hurdles, has been mired in political instability for years. With only 13% of the population having access to the internet, Burundi is one of the least digitally connected countries in the world. The lack of a coherent national strategy around digital governance, combined with minimal investment in cybersecurity, has stunted any real progress toward building an effective e-government system. The challenges in these countries underscore the importance of investing not just in technology, but also in stable governance and infrastructure to support long-term digital growth. Similarly, in the small Pacific Island nations, the digital landscape presents both progress and setbacks. Vanuatu, for instance, has made some strides in recent years, moving from the middle to the high EGDI group. However, the cost of digital access remains prohibitively high, and with only 35% of the population online, the benefits of e-government remain limited. Geographic isolation, compounded by the high cost of connecting small island nations to undersea cables, makes digital infrastructure development both challenging and expensive. The gap is further highlighted by countries facing ongoing conflicts. Yemen and Syria have seen their digital capacities decimated by years of war. In Yemen, fewer than 26% of the population has access to the internet, leaving the government unable to provide essential services through digital platforms. The destruction of infrastructure, combined with the urgent focus on basic survival needs, makes digital governance seem a distant priority. These examples show the stark reality. While some countries are pushing the boundaries of what digital governance can achieve, others are being left behind. According to the 2024 report, around 1.73 billion people globally remain on the wrong side of the digital divide, unable to access the basic online services that could improve their lives. This divide is not just about technology, it's about equity. It's about guaranteeing that everyone, regardless of where they live, can benefit from the advancements in digital governance. So what can be done? The report emphasizes that the first step must be investment in digital infrastructure, particularly in underserved regions. Internet access is the foundation upon which all other digital services are built, and without it, progress is impossible. Governments must prioritize the expansion of broadband access, particularly in rural and isolated areas. But infrastructure alone won't solve the problem. To close the digital divide, there must also be a focus on digital literacy. Citizens need the skills to use these new digital platforms, and governments must invest in education to ensure that everyone can engage with e-government services. Countries like India have shown that targeted digital literacy campaigns can make a real difference, but the scale of the challenge remains vast. There's also a need to strengthen local e-government systems. National strategies may be advancing, but many local governments are falling behind. By providing local authorities with the resources and expertise to digitize their services, countries can ensure that citizens in all regions, urban and rural alike, have access to the benefits of digital governance. Finally, this is not something any one country can do alone. Bridging the digital divide requires international collaboration. Partnerships between governments, international organizations, and the private sector will be essential to transferring technology, building capacity, and making sure that digital solutions are tailored to the needs of each country. This is where RegTech comes in. RegTech is here to support developing nations with digital solutions that are not only tailored to their specific needs, but are also sustainable and deliver a quick return on investment. We understand the complexities involved, and we are ready to help governments build systems that work for their people, no matter how big the challenges may seem. As we move forward, it's important to remember that, while the path may be difficult, the possibilities are endless. Together, we can reach the future where everyone, regardless of where they live, can access the services they need through the power of digital governance. As Nelson Mandela once said, it always seems impossible until it's done.